Hey guys, in today's video I'll explain why to convert from standard form to slope-intercept form. The standard form is ax plus by equals to c. Here you see that there are two variables x and y, right? Now the slope-intercept form is y equals to mx plus b. Then the question may arise, why convert? The answer is graphing becomes easier and also it is easy to interpret the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, let's take the standard form ax plus by equals to c. The same question I am taking 2x plus 3y equals to 6. Here, how do we convert into the slope-intercept form? Here, you have to isolate y. For that, you have to follow a technique called as inverse operations. Inverse operations. This is not very difficult. If there is a positive sign, the inverse operation is going to be negative. If there is a negative sign, the inverse operation is going to be positive. And multiplication, the inverse operation is going to be division. And for division, the inverse operation is going to be the multiplication. Well, here, how do we isolate y means? Let's eliminate one after the other the remaining terms. So let's focus on 2x. If there is no sign is assigned, you may take positive sign. The inverse operation for the positive sign, you see that as we discussed a while ago, the inverse operation is negative. So let me take negative sign and the value is the same, which is 2x. Let's take on both the sides of the equal to sign. Therefore, 2x subtract 2x, this one we get 0. So I'm not writing 0. The leftover value is 3y equal to 6 minus 2x. Well, at this point, I recommend you to write the variable first, then the number. I'll say that the constant. Now we have to eliminate 3. How to get rid of this number? I hope you know that there is an invisible multiplication sign between the number and the variable. I mean to say constant and the variable. So the inverse operation of multiplication is the division. So let me divide by 3 on both the sides. So 3 divided by 3 we get 1. So I'm cancelling. Y equals to negative 2x plus 6 over 3. Now I'm distributing this 3 to both the terms. So it is 2/3 x plus 6 over 3. Now my final answer is here y equals to negative 2/3 x plus 6 divided by 3, that gives me 2. Now this is called the slope intercept form. You see that m is 2/3, which is the slope of the given line, and next 2 is the y-intercept. 2 is the y-intercept. How we are going to use this one, I'll explain in the next slide. We got y equals to negative 2/3 x plus 2. As I mentioned before, here negative 2/3 is the slope and 2 is the y-intercept. So how it's going to help us to draw on the coordinate plane? You see that y-intercept is 2 here. So on the y-axis, let me identify 2. Okay, it is marked. Then slope, I see that negative 2. The numerator represents rise, I'll say that the vertical shift, and the denominator represents run, I'll say that this is the horizontal shift. So I see that the vertical shift is negative 2. Negative 2 means let me move this one down by 2 steps, negative 2. And horizontal it is 3, which is positive. So that let me move this one 1, 2, and 3 steps to the right. So I got this point. The same thing may be repeated again and again. uh, I see that the vertical shift is negative 2, so let me move down by 2 units, and to the right side by 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. So by joining these points, then you get the graph. You may continue doing like 2 steps down and 3 steps to the right based on our slope. So then you get the graph this way. Okay. Now you may get doubt, is this really useful in the real life situations? The answer is yes. How means, when you invest to buy a house, for example, your dad bought a house for $100,000, and after, let's say, some 8 years, 9 years, you can see that the time is on the horizontal axis, and this one is, let's say, one represents 100,000, and over a period of time the price increased to 600,000. Wow. So here we can use these kind of graphs in the real life situations too. Another example, let's say that you bought, let's say, a phone for maybe some electronic gadget for $4,000, and you are paying every month. So in the beginning, when you borrowed some $4,000, and after 8 or 9 months, it's gone down to zero.